Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Lifestyle Yoga with Loretta. So today we're going to do some yoga therapy for the neck. Let me see what... Oh, I'm live on YouTube. Check it out. So yoga therapy for the neck. So I just want to go through a few things before we start. So I'll be giving cues throughout. So we're going to do things that work through the range of motion of the neck, up, down. Aware of the fascia, the bone structure. If you have fusion in the neck, listen to your body. That's really what yoga is all about when we go through the asanas. We're coming up against those barriers or boundaries and just noticing where we're at in that space. We might even lean into it a little bit, give it a little bit more. That's what the body's calling out for. So, when I say lift the cervical spine towards the sky, that means even with the intention of our mind, we might not be really pressing the head back, but set the intention to lift. It's all about intention too. So let's come to a soft seated position. Remember, you can be sitting in a chair, maybe on your meditation cushion or on your mat, doesn't matter. We're always going to listen to our body where we feel the most grounded, the most amount of strength, where we're on our seat bones and balanced, sitting up nice and tall. If you're in a chair, have your feet both down, feet flat on the floor, so no leg crossed over the other. We'll just let the hands relax over the knees. We're going to start with some deep breathing and really bring that breath into the whole neck, upper back. Bring it right up, 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 up. So we fill the lungs up and out, not only to the sides, but the front and the back as well. So softening the jaw, bring the tongue to the back of the two front teeth. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Hold that breath in, slight pause, and exhale all the way out, lifting the pelvic floor in and up. Compressing the rib cage, squeezing, hugging the heart. Slight pause. Deep breath in, into the belly. Releasing down through the pelvic floor, opening up the diaphragm. Breathing all the way up into the neck, the upper back. Hold, pause, and exhale fully. Lifting the pelvic floor. Here's the rib cage coming in and up, hugging the heart. Pause. So that's about the length of the breath, 6 to 8 count breath, maybe in and out. Take that pause between the breath in and the breath out. And just tune into your body. Deep breaths. Here we go. Just allowing our minds to become clear. We might count the breaths. We feel the expansion and contraction of the body. We notice the subtle energy that surrounds us and how our body moves out into that subtle energy and then draws that energy in as we exhale, hugging the heart. Inhaling, expanding that energy out into the essence, the field of all possibilities. Exhaling, contracting the whole body, lifting the pelvic floor, creating that dynamic tension, hugging the heart. We might lengthen out that space between breaths. Practicing a little pranayama, breath control. When we control the breath, we control the mind. We draw the chin towards the throat, lengthening up through the spine as we begin to feel the vertebrae in the neck and begin to create space. Again, even if it's just intentional, we're visualizing that in our mind. As we inhale, fill the body. Push that light, love, and abundance out into the subtle body, into that space that surrounds us. As we exhale, allow that gift of that light, abundance, and energy to come back in. Love, hug, support the heart. Deep breath in, draw the chin to the throat, lengthening up and out through the crown of the head. Retaining that breath, that energy, that light, and exhaling fully. Lifting the pelvic floor, maintaining that lift through the spine. We might begin to feel the low back a little bit. If you're not used to sitting in a soft, balanced seated position with the seat bones down, we might be feeling a little bit of stress and tension in the low back. This is what happens if the core is weak. We need to continue to lift and strengthen the whole body. Full deep breath. Hold that breath in. Little breath retention. Exhaling fully. Lifting, lifting, contracting, hugging the heart. And let's take a deep breath up. Exhaling. Keeping in mind that if we're having pain, whether it's in the neck, in the low back, wherever it is today, that when we come into the breath, it'll help soften that pain when we draw our attention away from it and put our intention in lengthening, growing, increasing the light, love, and abundance. Good, so let's go ahead. I'm going to bring my feet off my meditation cushion. If you're seated, you can bring your feet forward. I'm going to go ahead and take it back on the mat. Very good. Let's go ahead, and if it's an option for you, again, you might be seated in the chair, and we can use the sides of the chair to hang on to. We're just going to, or reach the fingertips down, so we're lengthening the shoulders away from the ears. Lift and open the heart center. Hopefully we're resting back on those heels, if that's an option for you. Hugging the upper inner thighs, so we're lifting up and out. Let the belly come forward. We have a little hinge, a little tilt at the hips. Fingertips down. If you have long arms, you might reach down. We could always use blocks here too if our arms are a little bit shorter, long body. I have a long body, so it's good. But I can touch with the fingertips. I'm going to roll the shoulders back, lift and open the heart center. And we're just going to start by lengthening the chin towards the throat and squeeze the chin back. So again, we'll feel this all the way down the spine. It's normal to feel this in the low back. And then we'll lengthen the chin up. So that might be what you choose to do. We're going to add some arm movement to that and really open up the neck with a little breathing exercise here. So we'll interlace the fingers, and we're going to bring the knuckles right underneath the chin. And as we inhale, we're going to lift the elbows. And as we exhale out the mouth, we're going to bring the elbows forward and take the chin to the sky and take the eyes looking back. Inhale, chin level, elbows go up. Press the chin down into the knuckles. Exhale, bring the elbows together in front. Breathe out the mouth. Have the eyes look back. Inhale. Elbows lift. Exhale. Chin lifts, eyes look back, elbows together. Inhale. Press the chin down into the knuckles, lift the elbows. Exhale out the mouth. Elbows come together. Lift the forearms to the sky. Inhale. 4 more. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gently come back to center. Good. Reach those fingertips down. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, and we're just going to take the ear side to side. Nice and easy. Lengthening out through the crown, so we're not just dropping down with the ear. We don't care about how close we get the ear. We want to lift the chest and lengthen. So we're creating this space in this direction. It's not about compression over here. Over. We feel all those muscles begin to stretch and open side to side. So we're lifting this space to the sky, creating a pathway for energy. Pressing those fingertips down side to side. Beautiful. Let's hold over here. Lift that space right here towards the ceiling. Pressing out, fingertips down. Shoulders back. Breathing. Good, and we'll take it to the other side. Lengthen, so we're lifting right here. No compression. Lifting, lifting, creating space. Fingertips down. Breathing. Good, and coming back to the center. So let's go back and revisit that breath. Again, we interlace the fingers. Lift the elbows as we inhale. Exhale, bring the elbows forward together, forearms to the sky, looking back a little bit farther this time. Inhaling, pressing that chin down as the elbows rise. Exhaling. Inhaling. Continuing to flow. Exhaling that ah sound out of the mouth. Try to lift those elbows a little higher each time. Inhaling and exhaling out the mouth. Looking back. You might begin to feel things start to popping and opening. The beauty of yoga. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's go ahead and do 4 more. And we'll gently bring the hands down, fingertips to the floor, roll the shoulders back, lifting the sternum to the sky, and lengthen out. Again, remember we're lengthening this side out, creating space, not focusing on how close we can get the chin to the shoulder. We're lifting, opening up the space, side to side. We might think about turning the head and lifting the chin slightly as we turn and come up. Turn and come up. We might even press that jaw forward. Playing around with this motion. Notice where we're at today. Creating some space. Good. And gently coming down. Very nice. And we'll go ahead and bring it down. And we're going to move into a soft seated fold. So again, when we lengthen the back, the whole back unit of the body. We think about from the heels up through the calves, behind the knees, the hamstrings, low back, and right up through the neck. So when we tuck into this and bring the core muscles back, think about pressing that chin right into the throat. We can already feel that up the chain of the spine and what that does to the upper thoracic and lower cervical, well, right up to the top, really. So we'll bring the toe buds together. Toe buds. Dorsiflexion, so pull the toes back towards the knee. Knees are in extension. So we're lifting the quadriceps, pressing the hamstrings down. We'll walk the seat bones back. We might even lift that tissue a little bit, whatever works for us. Walk the hands down, lift and open. So let's start with a little bit of pressing the seat bones down and in. Draw the chin to the throat, lengthening out through the crown of the head. So we have this beautiful angle here through the spine. We'll walk the hands forward if that's an option for you. Lifting the forearms, lifting the armpits, and bringing the belly forward. So wherever we're at today, listening to our body, if your knees are bent, that's fine too. Think about lengthening down through the hamstrings or bringing the backs of the knees towards the mat, if that's the space you're in today. And we'll draw the chin towards the throat, lifting the upper thoracic spine, tucking the abs in, and begin to bring the forehead towards the knees. Lifting the upper thoracic spine, tucking the chin towards the throat, and again bringing the forehead towards the knees, tucking in and up, softening the elbows, squeezing the chin towards the throat, lifting that upper thoracic spine and lower cervicals towards the sky. So we're arching up through the upper thoracic spine, creating space, and gently walk it up. Ah, beautiful. Let's take those hands back. Fingers face the glutes. Roll the shoulders back. Open up the heart. Bring the scapula back. Line up those shoulders right over the wrist. And lengthen out through the neck, lifting the chin to the sky. Deep breaths. Think about pressing that Adam's apple or the throat towards the sky, lengthening back through the crown of the head. Take the eyes back. Deep breaths. Shoulders back and down, pressing out of the wrists. Neutral spine. Good, and we'll come back to that seated position. We might actually lift here and bring the seat bones back. Reaching out, tuck the abs in and up, lift the thoracic spine, draw the chin towards the throat, and gently walk the hands down as we draw the forehead towards the knees, arching up through the thoracic spine, lengthening the whole body. Holding up the belly as we exhale, lifting the pelvic floor. Inhaling into that upper thoracic spine as we arch up towards the sky, lifting the back of the neck towards the sky, tucking the chin to the throat, squeezing, drawing the forehead towards the knees. Lengthening the elbows forward. Breathing. And gently walking it up. Very nice. And again, we'll come back. Fingers face the glutes. Roll the shoulders back. Here's where the shoulders stack over the wrists. We let the belly lift and come forward. Still in dorsiflexion, pressing those hamstrings down and into the mat. Lifting the throat towards the sky, lengthening back through the crown. And let the eyes gaze back. Maybe pressing that jaw forward. Breathing. Noticing all that tension in the neck. Leaning into that barrier. And gently releasing. And then we'll come to a soft seated position. Nice and easy, resting on our seat bones. Good. Softening the shoulders. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. And again, we're going to open that upper thoracic area anteriorly, So reach the arms out, bring the hands behind the back. And again, if you're seated in a chair, reach back to those rungs, open up the heart, roll the shoulders back, and lean your body weight slightly forward, lift the chin. Otherwise, we'll reach back and do the exact same thing. Pull the shoulders back away from the ears, lifting the chin. Think about pressing that jaw forward. And gently releasing. Okay, let's bring the hands around the front. We'll take that left arm underneath. And the thumbs are going to face our face. Draw the elbows down. Nice. Press the elbows slightly forward. Opening up the posterior delt, upper back. Nice deep breathing. Drawing the chin to the throat, lengthening up through the crown. And gently releasing all the way out. We'll sweep those hands back once again. Interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders away from the ears, lifting the sternum, softening the belly, lifting the chin, and jut that jaw forward. Letting the eyes move back towards the back wall, breathing. And gently releasing, very nice. Let's take that right arm under this time. Thumbs face the body. Good. And come down. One hand always wraps around better than the other. Let go of any expectations. Just always expect the best. Things fall into alignment as we set in positive intention for them to become in alignment. Draw the chin to the throat, lengthening up and out of the seat bones. Breathing into the upper back, posterior delts. And gently release. Let's bring the hands down. Lift. Take a little pressure off the low back. And again, roll the shoulders back, lifting, opening the heart. Let the eyes move back. Let the chin move back. Lean into that barrier, and then we'll come back to center. Let's bring the hands forward, sitting up nice and tall, and we're going to look side to side. Breathing. So we have 12 cranial nerves that come out right up here. So if we have neck tension, it's going to affect the rest of our body. So we want everything open, relaxed, full range of motion. So we're not just honking our horn before we back up. Good. Let's look to the right. Draw the chin towards the shoulder. Lift out of the upper back, the neck. Breathing. And lift the chin to the sky. Opening up the scalenes. Pressing that left shoulder down. You can feel the attachment to the first rib under the clavicle. This is like a waltzing stance for a woman. I've done a little waltzing. Gently coming down and back to center. And let's move to the other side. So we look all the way over. Hold. Shoulders down and back. We're lifting out of both seat bones, whether we're seated in a chair or on our yoga mat. We draw the chin to the throat. We might feel a little occipital pull in the back. And then we'll lift the chin to the sky and move the whole head back. All the way down the neck. Shoulders are back. Let's really take that right shoulder back and down as we get into that first rib. Coming back to neutral and back to the center. Very good. So let's go ahead and work just a little bit farther down the body. We're going to come to the hands and knees, and we'll bring that right foot forward first. And so we might have blocks here. We might feel like we need a little bit more support as we come up. Now I'm going to start with the knee right above the ankle. And we're just going to shift the weight forward. I'm going to move the back leg back. That's an option for you. And come up. So now we begin to open up the whole front part of the body, up through the hip flexor, the quadricep. Remember, we're a society that sits a lot, so we're in that forward moving motion all the time. So it really helps to do some back bends, back extension, and keep the body open in the front. Let's go ahead and reach up and roll the shoulders back. And take the eyes rolling all the way back and hold. Nice deep breaths. Lifting, opening the heart, hugging those arm bones towards each other. No noodles here. And gently coming down. Fingertips come down, and we're going to press back through that front leg. Moving the seat bones back. Let's tuck the chin to the throat. Hollow up the belly. Here's that lift in the upper thoracic spine. And drawing the forehead towards the knee. Squeezing in and out. Full rounded upper thoracic spine. Breathing. Coming back to neutral spine and that lunge. And again, we'll roll up and reach. Let the eyes roll back, look to the back wall, lengthen the arms, lifting, opening the heart center, breathing. And gently releasing all the way down. Pressing the leg back, lifting the toes, moving the seat bones back, hollowing up the belly, lifting the upper thoracic spine. Taking the chin to the throat and bringing the third eye to the knee. Pressing back. Lifting that thoracic spine up towards the sky. Lean into, press into that barrier. And gently release. And let's take that foot back. And we'll bring the left foot forward. Coming up into that lunge. Again, we can stay right here and just move up. Or we can take that leg back, which feels pretty good today. Coming up, reaching up. Here's where we roll the shoulders back, let the belly come forward, lengthen those eyes back. Breathing. And gently coming down, pressing back through the hamstring, lifting the toes, dorsiflexion in the front. Hollowing up through the belly, drawing the chin to the throat, and taking the forehead to the knee. Keep lifting the belly. Keep lifting the thoracic spine, squeezing into the thyroid. Breathing and squeezing. Gently releasing, coming back to that lunge, rolling up. Shoulders move back, belly comes forward, leaning in, taking it right to that barrier. Creating space, growing, breathing. And gently coming down, pressing those fingertips in, taking the thigh bones back. Hollowing up through the belly, the thoracic spine, tucking the chin to the throat and bringing the forehead to the knee. Focusing on the breath. And gently releasing neutral spine. We'll bring that foot back. Good. So we'll come onto the hands and knees. Good. Draw the chin to the throat. And as we release the hips down, we're going to bring the forehead towards the knees. Walk the hands forward, squeezing in and up in the core. And gently release, lifting, shifting the weight forward, melting it down. Coming into Sphinx, we bring those hands forward, roll the shoulders back, and lift the chin. So think about tractioning the hands on the mat and actually pulling the body forward. Lifting the chin to the sky. Breathing. Pressing those forearms down and in. Keep lifting that upper body. Chin presses forward. And gently release. And we'll come all the way back. Again, drawing the chin towards the throat. Hollow up the belly, the thoracic spine, and bring that third eye towards the knees. Keeping the forearms lifted. Lifting the armpits. Squeezing down and in. And gently release. So we should be having a little bit more range of motion in the neck. We're going to bring it down to Sphinx one more time. Remember, those elbows come forward right underneath the shoulders. Hands are anchored in. We press out of the forearms and gently pull the body forward, lifting the chin to the sky. Shoulders are back and down. And gently release. And we'll come back to Hero's Pose or a soft seated position wherever we're at today. And if you're in your chair, you can always just do those poses where we come down and lift up. And let's just kind of, as we begin to wrap up our practice for neck therapy today, let's just gently lift up and down, nothing bouncing, so we can really feel the fascia as it moves. Comes up and down. We should be a lot softer through the neck. Keeping in mind, too, when we have a pain in the neck, that is our sixth chakra. So, yes, we may have something that needs to come out, something that we need to say to clear that space. And that's the space between the head and the heart. So if we're having any type of emotional pain right now, or we have monkey mind, whether it's journaling or whether it's getting that out, in some way we have to express how we're feeling so that we can clear the mind. We know that when the mind is out of sync, the breath becomes out of sync. We can do some pin and stretch. So if you have an area, if you have like your first rib feels a little bit jammed up in there, if you're having numbness, tingling in your hands, we can always just reach in there, give it a little traction, a little pull down, And then take the head side to side. So this is going to help the fascia release. We're right underneath the clavicle. We can feel that space. We can feel between our rib cage, the ribs, the intercostal muscles. So we just keep applying that traction and take it side to side. So we're giving the body some little activating things to help expand the fascia, create better neural pathways, lubricate, send better signals, feel the energy, more light in and out. Let's walk down to the next rib, take it side to side. So we're just giving a little traction down. Wherever you feel it, you might lift the chin up a little bit different. The chin might come down and up, down and up. We live in these beautiful vessels. Feels good to explore that space. So many times we can heal ourselves when we set that intention and take the right actions. We must first become aware through breath and meditation, or pain. Pain is a good meditation. Let's gently release, shake those arms out. Let's go ahead and take it down for a little Shavasana. Stanley, what are you doing? Stanley the cat. Let's bring it down. Take the feet out. We might roll the ankles out. Again, if you're having neck pain too in Chinese medicine, around the toes, reflexology zone therapy, I should say. Around the big toes, you might work that area out. Pull, traction, massage, a little acupressure around the big toe, the base of the big toe. Just soften into our mat for a few minutes. Noticing what we have become more aware of. Maybe we have limited range of motion. Maybe we're aware of areas that need more work. Softening into our mat, relaxing our breath. Noticing the energy vibrating through the body and out into the subtle body, cosmos, the space that surrounds the body. It's Friday morning. It feels so good to lay here and relax, but we're going to go ahead and move into a full body stretch. Reaching those arms up and over. Drawing both knees into the chest. Rolling up into a tiny ball. Draw that chin to the throat. Notice how the neck feels. Taking the knees to the side, and we'll gently come up. Coming up to a soft seated position. I just want to take a moment to thank everybody that helped in the rescue of the dogs next door. All lives matter. And everybody goes through challenging times, and so whatever the owners are going through, hopefully they get that done. But yeah, the dogs are safe. Hopefully everybody's neck feels a little bit better. We're ready for this Friday. I'll caution you on table dancing maybe as we move through the weekend. Super smoky out there today, so make sure you have a HEPA filter at your house or something that cleans the air. Maybe put a little bit more moisture in there. It's really dry. I know that's affected my nose and the whole breathing channel there. So think about the things you can do. Maybe a humidifier. Definitely filter the air. It's pretty crazy out there. And for all the people that are out there fighting the fire, thank you so much for putting your time and effort and expertise into keeping us safe. So let's finish today with a deep breath up. Drawing the hands to the heart. See you back here on Monday. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Namaste. Peace.
Take care, you guys.